Thank you. I hope you are all refreshed. I can see a lot of networking going on. We love to see that. So please take advantage of other customers' experience, talk to our staff, ask them questions. That's what this day is about. It's all about you. We're not trying to I'm looking if any sales team is looking at me. We're not trying to sell. We're trying to tell you that, we are here to listen to you. We want you to build a community with other customers, learn from their experience, and really build a community. That's what we're trying to do here, and grow the priority community. I think we are just in time. Am I right in saying that? I think so. So now the next presentation is going to be your last Zoom presentation, and then the rest is going to be physical anyway, which will be done by Eyal. It's Priority Online. So it's all about the way we've used the API and the SDK to, I think I'm going to use a different word, to to make Priority even much more powerful, okay? So yeah. Eyal, are you ready?
Yeah, you close the door. Okay, so
we cannot see your presentation yet, so here we go. Yeah, thank you.
So everybody can see and you can hear me? Okay, great. So my name is Eyal Katz. I was the founder of a company called Soft Solutions that was acquired last year by Priority Software. Basically, we were creating add-ons to Priority. As you can see by the agenda, we're creating the WMS product in collaboration with Priority. We're creating what we call today Advanced Delivery Planning. This is the extension of the WMS. After you you pick the goods, you need to ship them. So this is the shipping plan. And later on, we're going to talk a little bit about the payment generator. And the last thing is a small add-on that connects Outlook and the file system to attach documents to Priority. So we're going to start with the journey. I think the most important thing is transition from product to platform. And the concept of moving from product to platform was giving the ability for our end users to do what they want with the product. So as you can see, we have multiple everything started as a product, but the side product of being a product, that is something that has a configurator, but still, if you need to do some changes, if you want to add more functionality, you always have to refer to us, and we had to program it and give you a new version. And this was, it was good, but it wasn't good enough. So the next leap we did was moving to a platform. The platform gives the ability for the resellers or the end users to customize whatever they want. And today when I come to visit customers, one of the things they like to brag about is they come and tell me, look what we did. Look what we did for the production. Look what we did for suppliers. Look what we did for our end customers. And it's very nice to see that how people, use their imagination and, take a thought and say, let's create a solution for this thought. And you come after a few days and it's already up and running. And of course, moving to a platform gives you all the benefits of scale. It's more scalable. You can build a bigger ecosystem. It's much easier to service because at the end of the day, you're focused on the platform and on the roadmap and not serving the end customers because everything is done by them. So I'm not going to talk too much about it because we have a lot to go. The agenda is pretty big. So if you have any more questions, just we'll do it in the Q&A. So starting with WMS, there was always the question, what is WMS? Or it's a very big system. WMS is the acronym of Warehouse Management System. And WMS is kind of a software add-on that what it does, it optimizes the way you work in the warehouse. So at the end of the day, you're doing the same job, but with less time, much more accurate, with less manpower. Just to give you an example, we had a customer back in the States that was using Priority Mobile and said, I want to achieve more. And then we went and we did the transitions to the WMS platform. And after a few months, 2-3 months, 30% of the manpower actually got transferred to other jobs because they didn't need them anymore in the warehouse. So at the end of the day, it's doing the same job but optimized. And of course, it's much more reliable. And at the end of the day, you have full visibility of what's going on with your inventory. So how does WMS work in priority? So WMS is the concept. WMS in priority is actually, it's a module that extends priority. So it's basically adding more properties and more forms in priority. For example, the first thing we see with WMS is we have a new document called warehouse tasks. And the warehouse tasks is giving us the ability now to do everything in one document. So instead of now moving between multiple documents like goods receiving, customer shipments, invoicing, stock counting, everything is done now in one place. And the thing that we can see over there is actually who did the job, how much time it took, what was planned, what was the actual. Because until now, it's like kind of what goes in the warehouse is kind of a black box. You have the plan could be a sales order, could be a purchase order, could be a work order, and you have the final result. It could be an invoice, it could be a shipping document, it could be a production reporting. But what goes in the middle is a black box. And this is exactly what the WMS module comes and solves. Of course, there are more changes to make it more logical. So if you look like the warehouse screen today, the warehouse and the bins are in the same level. Here we're going to see it. Now it's much more logical. So we have the warehouse, underneath we have zones, and underneath the zones, we're going to have the bins. And to achieve all of that, we have something called procedures called waves. A wave is the ability now to take a bunch of sales orders, for example, and run one procedure that will publish for every tasks, warehouse tasks. So for 10 orders, we can have now 20 tasks. Why? Because it could be split into multiple storekeepers in the warehouse, or the other way around. It could be that we have, let's say, a lot of e-commerce orders that are very small orders. So instead of going for each order in the warehouse, we want to consolidate them into one task. So we can have one task with multiple sales orders. All right, going forward, what are the two main things that we put in the WMS module? The two main things are the automation and the optimization part. In the automation part is actually when we take handhelds and go in the warehouse and report data. So the first thing, we're reporting data online. We're validating that by scanning a barcode, that we took the right product from the right shelf, from the right box. And we have the automation that when we finalize the job, documents and labels will automatically come out to the nearest printer near me, meaning that I don't have to go back to the priority desktop and do the printouts or approve the document or any other job. So we start and end the job with the handheld. The second part is the optimization part. The optimization part actually, as I said before, it gives us the ability now to take multiple jobs and either consolidate them or split them by building a picking route. So instead of going between the aisles in the warehouse, we'll actually build a picking route or a put route, tell us exactly what we need to do, what to take. For examples, it could be that we'll take from an open box before a closed box. Could be that one of the optimization take from small bins, from bins with small amounts before big bins with a big amount of quantities, meaning by that minimizing the amount of bins per item. And of course, there are other kind of optimizations, first expiration, first out, first in, first out, palleting, a lot of goodies at the end of the day. As I said before, we're doing the same job in less time. Okay, so what we see over here now, as I said before, it's not something outside of priority. It's all priority. It's an internal module. So if we're looking now at a sales order screen, we see it's the same sales order screen. So we're working in regular priority, standard priority. We just have more properties. We can say for a specific sales order, send it to pick. Or we can say for this sales order, I want the finalization document for this sales order is going to be a customer shipment or a warehouse transfer or a packing slip. We want to do picking and packing. And of course, we have a lot of more options saying now, if we have a kit, for example, we have like an item, think about a cell phone and a charger and a case. So if I'm sending it to pick and I'm missing one of them, don't go pick the other two because we can shift it. So all of these goodies are becoming with WMS, and you can see there are all kinds of multiple options that are all around priority, standard priority. If we look now at the scheme of a warehouse, now it's becoming again in priority much more logical. So as we know, we have the aisles, it's like a street, and then we have the rows, it's like a street number, and then we have the levels, it's like a level floor, and at the end of the day, think about it that the address is always the same address. What changes is the people that live in that address. Could be, and here instead of people, we have items or we have pallets that are living in that address. And if we look now how it looks like in priority, then we see how the new warehouse screen looks when you have the WMS license. So we have the warehouse in the upper level, we have the zones. Zone could be receiving zone, raw material zone, final goods zone, and underneath we have the bins, and you can see the configurator that when you define the aisle, the row, and the level, this is actually what builds the bin. This is the label that we're going to put the barcode on. Okay. Now, as I said before, everything is a task. So we have one place that we can see all the transactions in priority. The only difference is the task type. As you can see over here, we have multiple task types. Could be pick tasks, stock count tasks, palleting, and double checking. Anything is a task. And by the task, you can define the result of the task. So if it's a pick task, it could be for a specific customer, it could be an invoice. For another customer, it could be a customer shipment. The other thing we see over here is who took the task. Now we have multiple employees, and we need to assign it so everybody could see only the relevant tasks that he's supposed to do. Think about it, they have like multiple storekeepers. Everyone is in the warehouse and is in different zones. So now only the people that are in a specific zone are now allowed to do this kind of job. This is the tasks they're going to see. And it can work on a first come, first serve. So the moment someone takes the task, we know, we can see who actually took it. And then we can see while he's reporting the percentage. And because of that, everything is reported. Next thing we know is the efficiency of the storekeepers. So we can put like bonuses, commissions and stuff like that, and give all kind. And we have a lot of more visibility than we had before. So how all of this comes together? Through a specific WMS mobile application that we have a saying, it's one of the things when I first came into computers, it was very complicated. And I had a saying at the end of the day, the people that consume the data and need to report data, it has to be simple. So the saying was, if it won't be simple, it simply won't be. So what we're trying to achieve with the mobile app is going to be a concept. We want to see it in more apps that we did. Single screen application. You have one screen to report everything. And this is very important because at the end of the day, you want to give you want to give them the application. It can start working immediately. You don't need to educate them because it's going to be self-explained. And this is kind of a comparison table that I'm comparing what we have with standard priority, because if I would take standard priority mobile app generator, and this will be the easiest way to do it, and use it with WMS. Now you're using the same app, but we took the hard route. We took the hard way. We created a dedicated app for the guys that work in the warehouse to do, let's say, to give them the visibility and the ability to do everything as easy as possible and in one screen. So just for comparison, we have both of the apps, let's say the app generator and the WMS app are both customizable. But the difference is the differentiators come by the user experience. So we have like one field for reporting. We have one field called barcode, and you can scan over there a part number, a barcode number, a batch number, a serial number, customer part number, a crate number. Whatever you scan, we'll figure out what you scanned, and we'll let you continue to the next. It'll jump to the next relevant field. Another example, doing the automations. What is the automation? The moment I scan a barcode, I'll show you the item they need to pick. And then when I put the relevant quantity, it will automatically jump to the next item. The moment I hit the last item, it will automatically jump to the finalization stage. And this is all being done by a special configuration that you can actually define everything you can see. You can define how the task is going to look. You want to put pictures. You want to put available quantities. You want to put the bin, the pallet, whatever you need. Everything can be customized by your needs. And as I said before, now I'm showing you slides. I'm going to show you because it's kind of hard to explain. I'll show it in a short, I took some short YouTube movies to show exactly how it works. So as you can see here, the first thing I'm logging in as a user. Now, the moment I log in, I can see the jobs I can do. So I see I have, for example, 6 pick for ship tasks. The moment I log in, this is the relevant task, and I will choose the first task. Of course, it could be first come, first serve. I can prioritize them. But at the end of the day, I'm taking the task be only one task at a time or multiple tasks that I can choose from. What I see over here on the upper level is what I need to pick, and then the lower level is what I need to report. And everything works like a shopping cart list. So when I swipe to the left, I see the list of things that I need to pick. But at the end of the day, I can only work in this mode because the moment I report something, as you can see, it jumps to the next item. Now I'm reporting the quantity for this item. And again, it jumps to the next item. And if I swipe to the left, I'll see now the picking list. The picking list, it's kind of shrinking. And what is done is kind of appending everything over there. So this is what I've done, and I'm going to report the next two items. So I'm giving here the quantity, and now in the last item, it's automatically going to jump to the finalization stage. And the moment I report the quantity, there we go. It jumped to the finalization stage, and I can finalize the job, and that's it. It created a customer shipment on the priority side. It printed the relevant labels. It's updated to I have 5 tasks left, and that's an example of everything, how it comes together. All right, here we go. So as I said, everything can be controlled, and you can see we have all kind of tricks to make things work the way we want. This is kind of 12 years, 14 years now of best practices. So we can define if you're working with a keyboard or without a keyboard, you can define if it's keeping the last value. What do you mean by keeping the last value? As you can see under the bin over here, I have a checkbox. I said in this field, I want you to remember the last value and jump over it. So now when I'm scanning, just jump between the barcode and the quantity. And I'm saving time because it's the minimum amount of clicks. So I'm just jumping between those two items, and then I can continue to finalize the job. Of course, we can say this field can only be, it's mandatory to scan it. So you're not allowed to type it. We want to see that actually someone went to the bin and scanned it, took it from the bin. So we have all this flexibility to control everything we see and everything we get on the mobile device. Of course, we can define what we call the side menus that actually, even when I'm in a job, I can actually go and do now a special query, print labels, or anything I want to do. And the next thing I want to show is how we took the portal generator and used it in the warehouse. So for example, we can see over here, I created in the portal generator a dashboard for the warehouse manager that shows in this example, how many tasks are open, which type of tasks are open, what is the efficiency of each employee, and how much are already overdue, and what are the relevant tasks with the drill down option to go into the specific tasks. Besides that, we have on the portal generator the option to show a television view, flight list view. Think about this, I can put a television now in the warehouse or any department, could be in purchasing, could be in production, anywhere you want. And this is like an online showing you, and you can give coloring rules of showing like efficiency or percentage of jobs. And if you have like more than the amount of records that can fit in the screen, it will automatically scroll or page to the next one and next one, continuing backward and forward, and everything is online. So if something changed, you can automatically see the coloring change. Another example what I did with the portal generator is create a supplier portal. Think about it that I have suppliers that want to now send me advanced shipment notice. So I want to give them the ability now to actually upload or type in the relevant data they're shipping. And then when I reach the warehouse, I already know what I'm supposed to receive because I gave them the option to do it online through the portal generator. We're going to talk about a little more on the portal generator on the next slides. So another new things we're doing with the WMS, very interesting, is some innovation. So of course, everybody's doing AI today. So what we did now is we have a professor from the academy that is doing, I think, studying AI for like 20 years now. And he created something very interesting. He created something that actually gives you the ability to shift or assign tasks to the relevant resources. So what we actually did over here, we tested. We took a company, we put the AI system, and we got about, as you can see over here, 36% more efficiency. Meaning that what it does in the AI over here, it doesn't look only on free resources, because all systems look, what are my free resources? Here, we're looking at resources that are going to be free in another few minutes. And then we can assign jobs to resources that are going to be free potentially, and they'll do a better job in a few minutes. And then, of course, there are all kind of other algorithms like fairness. We don't want to send all the jobs to someone that gives you the ability, that he's doing a better job, and we're only sending all the jobs, the good jobs over him. We want to do some fairness, and even to the weaker people give good jobs, so everybody can, leverage his expertise. Another very nice thing we're doing over here as another pilot was something called hand vision. So the first thing is very important is hands-free. Think about it today, you're actually using a mobile device or a handheld. So one of your hands is holding the device, and the other hand, you can work, but you still would have one hand that's holding a device. So over here with the hand vision, it gives you the ability to work with hands-free. The second thing it does, it's when it tells you it's like a watch. It tells you what you need to do, and then it's like look like Spider-Man. You can scan what you need to do, and there's a video camera, so it actually has an AI system that sees that you took the correct product and actually took it and put it in the right box. And there's all kind of later on, think about the customer telling you that he didn't receive the relevant item. So what do we actually do? We can go to the movie or to the video of the specific picking and see if actually it was put in the box. Again, there's a lot of more things we can do with it. Another nice thing we did over here is something called pick to light and put to light. So we're using LED stripes. It's very cheap. You can put all around the warehouse LED stripes, and we'll show you, it will shine LED from where you need to pick or where you need to put it. Think about it that 10-meter stripe can cost about just a few dollars. So it's very cheap to actually put it all around the warehouse. And because it's LEDs, it can be in different colors. So we can say different people, you're doing the red color, you're doing the green color, you're doing the blue color. So you have multiple people picking and putting at the same time. Okay, this is an example for a movie of everything has a link over there. So we should have the presentation. You can see actually the movies of how things work. So jumping forward, because I don't want to catch too much time. The next phase after we're doing the picking and the putaways and loading the trucks is the planning. So the next thing we're doing in priority is what we call the advanced delivery planning. Over here, what we actually did, and again, it was the concept of giving you a single screen that shows you everything. It shows you what needs to be planned, what's the current plan, everything on a map, and everything is drag and drop. So it gives you the ability now to customize, first of all, the data that you want to show, and actually give you the option now to see if I take a product or not product, I take an order for a specific customer and I drag it to a different route, what happens? What is going to be changed? What's the mileage it's going to change? What's the distance? What time I'm going to reach each customer? So as you can see over here, this is an example. What you see on the left side is documents or orders, or could be customer shipments that haven't been planned yet. And the middle side is actually the trucks that are ready to be distributed. And on the right side is the map that shows all the routes. Of course, everything can be drag and drop, so I can take like the map and put it in a different screen and move two screens. I can, as you can see, I can work in a detailed view, and as you can see, drag from the plan to the trucks, and from the trucks to the map, and from the map back to the trucks, and everything is being optimized here too. I'm using a third-party service that actually has an AI of optimizing the routes, taking under consideration and traffic in each route, and taking the limitations of limitations of dangerous materials and stuff like that I'm not allowed to go to specific routes. And for example, here again, I have another movie to show it. So you can see now I'm selecting the data and you can see it's divided by different routes. I can filter by anything. I can now I can say, okay, now I want to do the automatic scheduling. What I can see here are all the customers on the route that needs to be planned. And when I do now, I'm running open delivery for tomorrow morning. And the moment I run it, everything from the plan area has been, as you can see over here, has been moved to the trucks in each route. And you can see each route in a different color. I can now return it back, as you see it dragging and dropping by returning it back to the plan. I can see everything on the map. You can see the route that has been built. I can now take from the map specific customers and move them to a different route. And you see the route was rebuilt. I can see the plan. I can see the mileage. I can see when I'm going to arrive at each customer, how much time it's going to take. So this gives us full visibility of everything we need to do. And this is, again, it gives us something that is missing today. It's giving us the option now to actually not only see one thing at a time, we can see everything in a multi-view, as you can see over here. Multiple routes, and everything is done by dragging and dropping. Now we can see over here, I just want to put it somewhere else, so I can even design the user interface. You can see over here, move it around. And of course, any field that you have, if you have a private field in priority, you can say, I don't know, if you have like an order saying, I need a lift, I need a lift to take it out from the truck, I can define a business rule, I can put the relevant field over here. And of course, you don't need, as I said, it's a platform. You can customize it the way you want. All right, what's next? Okay, the portal generator. So the portal generator, again, I'm talking very fast, so hopefully you can capture some of the things I'm saying. The portal generator, first of all, what we call it is it's a horizontal solution. Why is it a horizontal solution? Because you can take any process that you have in priority, even a private process that you build, and generate from a portal. And the portal can be used either by internal users, by company users, or by external users. Customers, suppliers, vendors, subcontractors, resellers. And the concept is that you can build everything in a few minutes with no coding skills. If you know priority, you can build a portal. So as you can see over here, this is an example of a portal. You can define your logo, you can take your website pictures, you can define your color schemes. And of course, what you see on the left side, it's fully responsive. It's the desktop view. On the right side, you can see the mobile view. So the next thing you go into the portal, you'll see a dashboard. You can give relevant dashboards. Either it could be for service, could be for sales, could be for production, whatever you need. And here's another example that I'm using the portal generator as an e-commerce site. Usually you will use it for B2B because it's much more complicated creating a B2B. There's a lot of business rules behind it, customer special customer products and customer prices and discounts and stuff like that. So it makes sense to make something that is very easy for the customers to consume from one side, but the other side keeping all priority logic. So here you can see an example in the mobile view. It looks like a shopping cart view. You can select your products, get the warnings, get the relevant prices, and check out. Of course, any report that you have in priority, you can define and you can publish it, and you can even capture a customer signature. So now if you have a report, you can say, I want now to capture, I don't know, it could be a supplier, it could be even an employee. You want to sign in on, some legal document or a HR document. Everything you can define in a report that you can publish through a portal and capture the customer or client's or user signature. Here's another example in the portal. We're using the portal for our own service calls. So you can see in the example, you log in. The moment you log in, you get a dashboard showing you how many service calls were open, how it's divided between the different systems, how many per month. And if I go for a detailed view, this is real data. So red, some of it in Hebrew, but red is like urgent call. Green is like, implementation service call that I find. And when I want to open a service call, you can see again a single screen that does everything. Not like priority when you go from the upper to the lower level screens. You can just define the problem, free text, upload pictures, and that's it. You open the service call. Another example that we can see over here. Here we had a customer that had a specific business process that doesn't exist in priority and wanted to use the portal generator for registering parents for actually ordering meals for the whole week in the children's classrooms. And what you can see over here, this is basic priority. We just added allergics to the part catalog and created a private form that will look the way we want in the portal. So it looks like you get the context and you have the days, what you want to order on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And this is the result on the portal side. You can see the portal, you log in. The moment you log in, you get the list of meals. You just need to select the relevant meal you want for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Of course, because we're working on priority, all the priority logic that takes out meals that I'm allergic to, runs in, and everything I do in priority automatically reflects in the mobile and the portal view. Okay. Another thing we can do is landing pages. Landing pages gives us the ability to take a specific party form and put it in someone else's website, even our home website. Instead of transferring you to a portal, you just should take a specific page. Think about a registration page. Think about, I don't know, opening customer leads or requests. Put it in your own home portal instead of moving them to another portal, and then it's just sitting there. And if you're getting the look and feel of your home page, but you're still typing the data directly into priority. Of course, I'm going to show you a bit of the new version of the portal generator. As you can see, because now it's a combined effort, we're using all priority teams over here. So we're using now the UI and the UX team. So in the next version, as you can see, it's a much more cleaner look. And we have more options that we're building now for the next version. And you can see here more examples. If you have if your logo is red, you can see the red all around. You can see here, this is the mobile view, for example. Another view that gives you the option to collapse. Think about it, I'm seeing a list of service calls over here, and I want to see, the items in the service call. I can just collapse it instead of going into the specific service calls. So I'm giving like a detailed view in the main view. So it's all kind of, again, it's simplified user interface, and it's a much cleaner and easier user interface. And okay, here you can see some more examples of the mobile view. Okay, another pretty neat product that it's very small, but it's very useful, is what we call the pre-attached or files model was the previous name. It's actually connecting Outlook and the file system and priority documents. So, for example, every email that I receive, I want to connect either the mail or the attachment, the PDF inside the mail, to a specific document in priority. So I can just search for the document inside of Outlook and just in one click, press attach mail or attach one of the attachments in the mail, and that's it. So here again, we can, just to give you how it looks like, you can see here, I'm standing on a mail, I'm pressing attach, I'm selecting now search it in documents, I'm giving just, the last three numbers, I'm pulling all the documents with the last three numbers. This is the relevant document I want to attach it. I press attach mail, and that's it in priority. So if I press now the P to go into priority, I'll jump directly to the product, to the relevant document. And as you can see here, it's in the attachments. And that's it. One click, and it's over there. And this is the mail. You can see when I open it. And of course, you can define that everything that was attached, you can give it like a category color, like blue, that I know this one has already been attached. Another thing we did, of course, is giving you the ability directly from priority, from a specific document. I want to scan a document, I just press on scan it. And for this specific document, it will open one of the printers and scan it. And again, attach it direct priority. Another one is the feature that I can open it, directly from the desktop without opening priority and just search again for a document and add a file or a document to priority. And another option is just if I can have documents with the barcode of the document number, I can have a bulk of items bulk of documents put in the printer, and all at once it will scan them and automatically attach them to the relevant document priority. So think about it, just have a track driver that came with multiple documents that were signed. I can just put them in the printer and it will automatically add them to the attachment to the relevant document. Well, I guess that's it. So any Q&A will be probably later. Thank you very much.